Hi folks, Joseph Kursky here with you to talk about how to use a 3D globe to teach about some really key issues of our time. Now, a colleague of mine here at Esri created this wonderful 3D globe based on the ArcGIS platform. So the important thing to note about the platform is that, as the name implies, you can build things on top of it. Being able to dip into the API, the ArcGIS API, the Applications Programming Interface, and you can actually, and your students can actually build your own 2D and 3D maps. So I wanted to plant that seed. As you can see here, this is a very compelling historical globe. In fact, it was made by Giovanni Cassini, a noted geographer and publisher in Rome. 1790 World Globe. Now, the globe gores were scanned, georeferenced, and published by the David Rumsey Historical Map Collection. I had the pleasure of meeting David Rumsey a while back at a geography geotechnology conference, and he basically digitized the bulk of his private map collection so that other people around the world could actually look at these wonderful maps that he's acquired over the years. And many of those layers are actually available inside ArcGIS Online, and many of those layers are able to be used in platforms like this. So in this case, my colleague actually published this on top of the 3D globe. And so it's just absolutely wonderful that you can be able to do this. So and also she put it on this background, which is this, as you could probably tell, this old card catalog from a library. That was the internet back then in the analog days. That's how we interacted. But take a look at this Cassini globe. First of all, you've got just the cartographic aspect. How did he symbolize countries, oceans, the latitude, longitude grid, and so on and so forth? How did he actually do that? And you can see some metadata here, 1790, there it is right there. That is the metadata for that globe. And then which countries were actually labeled and what were the names of those countries back in 1790. So the prime meridian there. And this is in Italian, so you've got the Italian names for things, which is another fascinating thing. But gosh, look at this. Persia, you've got Tibet, China, different spelling than what we're used to, and just a wide variety of things. Let's scan down here to Australia. Not much was known, except for, of course, by the Aboriginal native people, but for Europeans, such as Cassini, not much was known about the continent. So you've got not much in the ways of physical features. A little bit more about New Zealand, but look at this. This is just amazing to me, and you can see the newly independent USA occupying the eastern part of the North American continent here. Vast tracts of land with absolutely nothing on them. You've got some Native American tribal names in there, which is interesting. And some rivers which are accurate, some are not so accurate. Look at this, Mississippi River, and then you got Missouri kind of going up into the middle of Nebraska and ending, 20 years before Lewis and Clark went up there. But anyway, fascinating to be able to do this. What was known about Antarctica back then? Well, nothing. There were no expeditions down there, so it was sort of theorized but not put on the globe here. Let's take a look at what he's got up in the North Pole. Fascinating to be able to look at this. So you've got scalability, you've got abilities to look at country names, names of oceans, names of seas, political boundaries then versus now. So why do I say versus now? Well, because you can use this globe in conjunction with other 2D and 3D web mapping tools at your fingertips. Now, why do I keep saying web mapping tools? Well, because, let me lowerize this a bit for you. Look, you've got this running inside a web browser. No software to install. I'm just running it in a browser. I've got an average, web connection. But gosh, any device, anywhere. And again, think about, you could use this platform to develop your own 2D and 3D maps, which is the subject of lots of other tutorials and videos that I and other colleagues have developed on this topic. But take a look at this. Great teaching tool for teaching history, geography, exploration. I highly encourage you to use it. Thanks and happy mapping.